Right, good morning, everyone. The Mendocino County Civil Service Commission meeting has come to order at 9 a.m. Clerk, would you please conduct the roll call for us?
Commissioner Wiley,
Here.
Commissioner Pawlowski,
Here.
Chair Evian,
Here,
and Commissioner Mortensen is absent by prior arrangement.
so clerk, has proper posting of agenda been established?
It has.
And just to announce that item 5C was pulled from the agenda by the commission. So with that, we will move on to approval of minutes. Item 2 is approval of minutes of the February 21st, 2024 fourth commission meeting. Commissioners, any comment on this item? No? Would you like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion. I'll second
All
approve.
right. So it's been moved and seconded that for approval of the minutes of the February 21st, 2024 meeting. Any further discussion? No. Clerk, please conduct the roll call vote.
Commissioner Pawlowski,
Aye.
Chair Evian,
Yes?
Commissioner Wiley,
Yes.
motion carries unanimously.
All right. Item 3, public expression. This is an opportunity for the public to address the commission on matters not listed on this agenda. Individuals wishing to address the commission under public expression are welcome to do so via email, Zoom, or voicemail message. For more information, please visit the Mendocino County Civil Service Commission webpage. All written correspondence received by 8 a.m. the day of the meeting will be attached to the item and made available online on the Civil Service Commission webpage. Any public expression?
No nice on Zoom.
No? Okay. Item 4, employee organization. Item 4 is an opportunity for employee organization representatives
in support of all of those. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So the commission will adjourn to closed session at 9:03.
Everyone is acting, you are good to proceed.
Okay, so we return to open session at 9:17. Reporting out for item 5A, the request for an extension of probationary period for Department Analyst 2 was unanimously approved. And for item 5B, the request for extension of probationary period for Deputy Probation Officer 1 was also unanimously approved by the commission. And item 5C was pulled from the agenda. Okay, with that, we will move on to item 6, classification studies. Item 6A is a new classification and classification specification modification victim witness advocate series. And
Victim witness advocate and victim witness coordinator classification specification. The recommendation to adopt the new classification of the senior victim witness advocate aligns with the incumbent to be tasked with the most serious cases in the office, as they have the most experience in dealing with victims. By adding new classification, it will also allow the department to hire candidates at a journey level and grow into an advanced journey level, providing a career path within, which in turns allow opportunities for a higher success rate and overall retention. At this time, I'm available for any questions. I also have subject matter experts, Chief DA Investigator Andrew Alvarado, and Supervisor DA Investigator Brian Arrington with us.
so, commissioners, any comment on item 6A?
No, I would assume that they, when they take the new position, they'll be on probation, right?
This is Brian Arrington with the DA's office. I just wanted to provide a comment real quick. I appreciate the commission for taking this on. The victim witness advocates in our office are extremely valuable to the success of cases, and there's an extreme amount of severe cases that we deal with, and the restructuring allows us to keep people on who have been here for a long time and are highly successful, and they do a classification that's not, there's not too many comps in our county for their classification. So they do anything from social work to working with prosecutors, working with investigators, an extremely difficult position. And they do a lot of it gracefully and deal with sensitive matters. So I wanted to thank you all for taking this under consideration. All the work is extremely important for our county to have a robust victim witness system. And you guys have helped in doing that. So I appreciate your time.
So I'm just curious, without this classification, which would enable more experienced employees to deal with the most serious cases, how were serious cases assigned prior to this?
We have long-standing advocates who have been here. Patty Torres is one of our longest ones. She's been over 20 years. So if we have a homicide or multiple homicide victims, she works closely with the families, with restitution, with burial expenses, sensitive issues.
I would suggest that we pass this entire victim witness advocate series to with one vote that each would be approval. Right? I agree. I'll second.
When you say the entire series, can you
Yeah,
be clear on that?
No, yes, do just one item at a time. So
Yeah,
yeah. Say,
okay. So it's been moved and, okay, so it's been moved and seconded. Any other further discussion? Comment? Any public comment?
Thank them for their service. Good Because that's a tough job.
I don't see any hands raised or anything on Zoom, if there's no public comment in the room.
Right, we, no comment, any comment on Zoom.
here too, Patrick.
So a motion's been made and seconded. No further discussion evidently. So clerk, could you take the roll call? please?
Chair Evian,
Yes,
Commissioner Wiley,
Yes.
Commissioner Poplawski.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
okay, moving on to item 6B is a new classification, women, infant, and children manager. HR will present this item.
Good morning, Commissioners, Chair Evian, Brandy Dalzell, Human Resources Manager. You have before you a recommendation to reestablish the classification of women, infant, children's manager. The County of Mendocino once had a classification title with Program Manager and has been inactive since 2009. Over the years, mandates and regulations have been added and or revised by the state of California, and in working with the Public Health Department, Human Resources recommends the approval to reestablish the classification of women, infant, and children's manager. The WIC program provides federal grants and supplemental food, health care referrals, and nutrition education for low-income, pregnant, breastfeeding, and non-breastfeeding postpartum women, as well as infants and children up to the age of 5. Our organization plays a crucial role in administering the program, ensuring that eligible individuals receive the support they need to lead healthy lives. The WIC program is subject to stringent compliance and regulatory requirements mandated by federal and state authorities. A dedicated WIC manager will ensure that our organization remains in compliance with all applicable regulations, reducing the risk of penalties and/or sanctions. And at this time, if you have any questions, I am available, and I'm also joined by Dr. Janine Miller online, who can also answer any questions you may have.
I have one question. What happened? What happened in 2009 that it became inactive? Do you know that history?
I can start that. I don't know if Dr. Janine Miller has anything to add beyond this. At the time, the HHSA also had what was designated as program managers, and so it was incorporated into the WIC program manager. For it going inactive, I don't have that full history, and if you need that, I can research that for you.
I can provide some history. In 2009, for those of us, so that became the classification. And so what happened was all those got put on the back burner and we had more broad classifications. And so this classification was being recruited at the senior program manager level since 2009, when that classification change happened. Unfortunately, that senior program manager classification does not actually meet the federal requirements in the sense that staff are vacation really puts us more in compliance and better aligned with what the federal and state minimum qualifications and what the job description is for this position.
Wow. Great explanation. Thank you. Really clear. So the program was not stopped. It was about there. Yeah. Okay. Any other comments, questions? Are there any members of the public that wish to speak on item 5B? Any members on any comments on Zoom?
I don't see any comments on Zoom.
Okay, would someone like to make a
I'll
motion?
move to adopt.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
So it's been moved and seconded to approve the new classification, women, infant, and children manager. Any further discussion? Clerk, could you please conduct roll call for it?
Commissioner Poplawski,
Yes.
Chair Evian,
Yes,
Commissioner Wiley.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
thank you. Item 6C is new classification, maternal, child, adolescent health / perinatal services coordinator manager. Wow. Okay. HR.
Good morning, Commissioners, Chair Evian, Brandy Dalzell, Human Resources Manager. Before you is a recommendation to adopt a new classification, maternal, child, adolescent health, also known as MACAW. perinatal services coordinator manager. The purpose of the new classification is to maintain compliance with public health regulations within the state of California and to fulfill specific management requirements. The proposed classification has overall management responsibility for maternal, child, adolescent health program services, activities, its budget, and staff assigned to its designated program area. Again, at this time, I am available for questions as well as joined by Dr. Jenny Miller.
Sounds like the same scenario, yeah.
To accept the new classification, child adolescent health perinatal services coordinator manager. Any further discussion? Please conduct roll call.
Chair Evian,
Yes,
Commissioner Wiley,
Yes.
Commissioner Poplawski,
Yes.
motion carries unanimously.
okay, moving on to item 6D is reclassification from secretary to office services supervisor.
Good morning, Commissioners. Rosie Hauser, HR Analyst.
Good morning.
The Environmental Health Division of Public Health has requested a classification study of incumbent Aaron Bazo, Secretary. The former Director of Public Health added higher levels administrative classifications, but the added classifications the Secretary could no longer supervise administrative or secretarial staff. As a result, these positions were reported directly to managers. Ms. Bazo has since been given additional responsibilities outside the scope of the secretary classification and has been placed in an acting assignment. The incumbent completed a PDQ, which illustrated the duties that she is responsible for, such as ensuring the operations of the assigned areas by coordinating, supervising, training, and reviewing staff work. This is a higher level of classification than the secretary. Human Resources recommends incumbent Aaron Bazo to be reclassed as the Office Services Supervisor, which supports the duties and responsibilities she does in her day-to-day work. At this time, I'm available for any questions, as well as I have the Director of Environmental Health, Marlena Dooley, is here with us.
Commissioners, any comment on item 6D?
I assume again that there's a 6-month probation or 8 or 12-month probation of the position taken.
6 months.
6 months. And the employee's aware of that.
So just a question, at the beginning, it says the former Director of Public Health added higher level admin classifications. And as a result, so that was locally, that was done?
Yes. Yes, I get, if I may.
Okay,
That refers to Ann Mulgard. She was the interim public health director at the point where HHSA was starting to be separated back into behavioral health, social services, public health, when she was our interim. There was quite a few of our positions were reclassified across all. And I think that in the broad sweep of cleaning house, it was an error for environmental health position and needs. So we've been working with HR for the last year to try and rectify that and find a classification that meets the description of what Ms. Bazo was doing before and continues to do for our department. So yeah. Does that answer your question?
yes, thank you.
Because of the movement of classifications, the changing, the adding, the deleting of prior classifications, the current incumbent in the environmental health division could no longer supervise her staff, as Ms. Dooley had mentioned, because
Physically separated from that. We have our own admin staff in Fort Bragg and in Ukiah at different locations from public health.
We being environmental,
Yes.
okay. Okay, just getting educated. Any other comment, further comment, discussion? Would someone like to make a motion?
Move to adopt. Change to office supervisor, service supervisor.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, so it has been moved and seconded, to, there is none. So item 8, Human Resources Director Report.
Good morning.
Good
Denise
morning.
Martin, Acting HR Assistant HR Director. We don't have anything to report out. tonight.
Thank you.
Next time.
Well, with no other business today, this meeting is adjourned at 9:37. Thank you, everyone. All right. Now the script is